guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is my October TBR slash my September reading wrap up. So spoiler alert, I read one book in September. Oops, my bad. I got sick, sue me. But I have 5 books for my TBR this month, and I'm not going to be doing like specifically fall related books. I've just never been one of those people that like feels the need that I need to read like fall themed books during the fall or Christmas books during Christmas time. Like I read what I want when I want. If I want to read a Christmas book in July, I'd read a Christmas book in July. Like so, which is why I also don't stick to TBRs a lot, because I'm a mood reader. I can't help it. But anyways, that's what today's video is going to be, so let's get into it. Okay, so first we're going to start out with my September reading wrap up, which like I said entails one book. So exciting, I know. So the one book that I actually read and finished in September was Ruthless Vows by Rebecca Ross. So I finally got to it, guys. I know you guys can, congratulate me in the comments. I know, great work on my part. I was disappointed, yeah. I read Divine Rivals and I loved it, and I was so excited for the second book to come out, and then I don't know, there was just something in me that didn't read it when it came out, and I think maybe it was just a gut feeling. I don't know. I really do personally think that if you read Divine Rivals, just be prepared that Ruthless Vows, in my opinion, is not going to be better. Obviously it gives you more of a conclusion of all the plot lines that go on, which is why I still think it's valuable to read. Just don't expect it to be like, oh my god, this was so much better than Divine Rivals. It won't be. I almost can guarantee that it won't be. For me, it was just like the 2 main characters spent so much time separated from one another that it literally felt like the entire book was just like their separate plots going on, and even though there were certain times where it like intertwined, it was a lot of just this big separation. And after you finally, like, okay, when you're reading a fantasy series, this happens a lot where the 2 characters will get together and then they have to be separated and then they're trying to get back to each other. That is a very true popular plot line, whatever you want to call it, in fantasy series, and that's fine. But when it's supposed to be the wrap-up novel and they're apart from each other for like the entire book, and then it's just like 4 chapters of them being together and then the book ends, I'm like, oh. So for me personally, it was not my favorite thing. If that's something that you don't mind, you might like the book a lot more than I did. I didn't hate the book, I just didn't like it as much as I was expecting it to, and comparing it to Divine Rivals, which was like a 4.75, to this, which was a 3 stars, it's a significant decrease in my enjoyment. So I definitely was saddened by the fact that it wasn't as good as the first book, but I still really liked Divine Rivals, so I would still say read that one for sure. And then if you feel the need to continue, just be aware that it might not be exactly what you're expecting. Unless you watch this, then you'll know what to expect, and it's okay, whatever. I'm gonna shut up now. Now we're gonna move on to my October TBR, which is more exciting and probably really what you guys were wanting from clicking on this video. So, all right, so the first book is Daisy Hates. So I read Magnolia Parks in August, I think, and I ate that shit up. It was so like just tea. This series is just tea. Like, you are in other people's business, finding out all the juicy gossip and secrets and things, and it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a great time. All the things they have to stress and worry about, I don't have to stress and worry about. They do, not me. And I will take any time where I'm not the one stressing, because I stress a lot. So I read that, and then I wanted to immediately pick up Daisy Hates, but I was leaving for school and I didn't know if I was gonna have books with me, blah 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 blah, we've all heard it, so I didn't pick it up. But now that I have my books with me, well, some of them, I decided that it was time to read Daisy Hates. So I am currently reading this one right now, so this should be finished by the end of the month. I'm really trying to hold myself to it by saying it. I'm reading it right now. You will finish. But this is the first book on my TBR because I'm obsessed with this series. It's just like so fun. it's not even necessarily like, oh my god, this is the best writing I've ever read, or like this is even the best like romance I've ever read. It's just so entertaining is why I'm enjoying it so much. So my next book is Blockshot by Kennedy Ryan. So I read Long Shot also in August, and I really enjoyed it, and so I want to continue the series. And the next book happens to be Blockshot. That's kind of really the only reason. Who is this one about? Okay, yeah, so this is the main character, the male main character, I don't know why I said it that way, of Long Shot, his brother's book. I'm more excited for Hookshot, those characters. I've been like, I was reading Long Shot and I was like, please tell me this character gets a book. And I like looked and saw that they did, and I was like, oh my god. But I'm still really excited to read Blockshot because Kennedy Ryan's writing in the first book was really good. So I'm really excited to see her writing in this book. I'm also just curious to see how like this goes. That's an interesting name. Banner. I don't think I've ever heard the name Banner before. Anyways, sorry, got sidetracked and distracted there, which, you know, happens all the time. But that was really the main reason I put it on my TBR. Is just I'm excited to continue the series and wanting to try to finish it by the end of the year. Really, sometimes it's just that plain and simple. Next, we have Out on a Limb. So this book I know went around on like TikTok and Instagram a while ago, and it had a different cover. It was kind of like them. They were standing and like you saw the backs of them, and they were like on a beach, I think, if I remember correctly. And that, when it was being advertised, was just a lot of, which this isn't really a spoiler because, yeah, it says it literally on the back. This has the unexpected pregnancy trope, which I usually hate. I almost have never read a book where an accidental pregnancy trope happens, and I like it. I think I've read one book where it happens and I liked it. Was it accidental? Yeah, it was accidental. Yeah, one book. And so I was reading the back of it and I was like, oh, I don't like that. So I didn't pick it up. And they came out with this cover and I was like, oh, that's such a cute cover though. And then people started talking about it in more depth. And I really like was realizing that the accidental pregnancy trope, and I'm not saying that other books don't do it this way, it just seemed like there was more of a plot line that wasn't trying to focus so heavily on the pregnancy. It was like, yeah, I got pregnant, so like that's kind of how we decided to like start seeing each other, but it's really more about their relationship still than like the baby. So I'm willing to give it a try. I got it. You know, I have it now, so I'm gonna read it. I say that, and then there's so many books on my shelf I haven't read, but anyways. So I picked this because I do think that it kind of gives me some fall cozy vibes. Like, they look comfortable. She looks like she's wearing an outfit I'd wear in the fall. Like, so it's still kind of in the mood of fall, but it's not like full on like, oh, I'm reading about, like, I know there's some book that's like the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, or that's probably so wrong. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like that, and it's like orangey themed and fall themed, like full hardcore fall, and everyone's reading that right now, and I'm just not in the mood for it. But this is more like my fall vibes, where like the cover gives a bit of fall vibe, but like it's not like attacking you. Okay, I know that was like a lot of explanation that none of you asked for, so I'm sorry, but you got it. And then my next book is Collide. So I've had this on my shelf for probably a couple months now, not as long as other books, but I've been wanting to read it because the main character, she is a psych student, and hello, I'm a psych student, and he's a hockey player. Hello, I love hockey romances, like, so I'm really excited to read this, and also it's hockey season, so I just feel like it's the perfect time to read it. I also just think that the plot line, like from reading the back, looks interesting, and a lot of people have read it and raved about it and think it's good, so you know, I can use all the goodness in my life that I can get. Okay, so the last book on my TBR is The High Mountain Court. So this is the first book in what I've been told is a romantasy series. Now, I have not heard a single person talk about it. So I'm going into this very blindly, which I like, but I also am very nervous about because, like, I don't know, I went into fourth being very blindly. I literally had heard like nothing about it. This is gonna be funny. I heard nothing about the book. I had no idea what the plot was. All I knew was that everyone was raving about the fact that it had those black sprayed edges with the white dragons on it. and everybody wanted it. And so I bought it, because then I read the like back of it, bought it, but I didn't really know a whole lot about it. And that was a 5-star and it's like my favorite book. So who knows, maybe this will be great. But I don't have anything to like base it off of, like, oh, it's like this or it's like that, or I've heard this about it or heard that about it. So I am very intrigued to see what it's all about. But it says on the back that it's a romantasy, so I'm really hoping, I'm really hoping that, sorry, now I'm like reading the back because I swear it said romantasy, but now I can't find it. Oh, literally it says full. Okay, I'm just gonna, the first full of romance. Okay, so that's the last book that's going on my TBR. I think it has, yeah, it's a 5-book series, so this is the first one. We'll see if I like it. If I do, great, I'll get more. If not, that stinks, because I kind of hope to like it, because I really like the cover, and I really like the cover for the other books as well, so fingers crossed, guys. But this is kind of like that idea where like people are like, oh, you read fantasy in the fall, which I don't totally agree with. I like to read fantasy all year round. I think that summer is probably the least likely time for me to read fantasy, but I still like it year round. But honestly, like the winter, I really like to read it in the winter. But anyways, this is the last book on my TBR. Okay guys, so that is my video for you guys today. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know exactly what my next video will be. I haven't decided. I have a few ideas, but I don't know exactly which ones I want to do and when. But keep an eye out for that. It'll probably be within the next week and a half. I'm gonna start saying week and a half because school is in high gear and we're getting into midterms and it's getting stressful. So I'm lucky I'm even getting this one filmed and out. So we will see it probably about a week and a half until the next one. But I try to post more stuff on TikTok and Instagram for you guys because it's something that I can do that takes less time and is easier to do than a full-on YouTube video and then editing that full-on YouTube video and posting it and everything. So if you guys want more book content than just my videos, please go check out my book talk and my bookstagram. Both are linked in my description down below. And yeah, that's what I have for you guys today. Like I said, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope that you guys are all having a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.